Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind. Welcome to the real world.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
And I'm waiting for it.
We need to come together, not the sheep, the lion, not to fight, not to be violent, but with immovable determination and will, refuse to acquiesce en masse with our own enslavement, and by definition, our children and grandchildren's enslavement.
Yes.
And all these dynamics are going at the same time, and these truth vibrations are urging us. They're urging us to go into these modes of understanding the true nature of our infinite power, and cease to be little me, frightened of the guy in the uniform or the dark suit. Start to realize the real power is within us, not within the control system. That's what it's about. But the truth vibrations are not about fighting. They're not about hating. I feel for these people. They're just pathetic, closed down, frightened little boys in this situation. Like almost every bully I've ever met, they're a little boy terrified of their own shadow. The bully and the bullying is the outer shield, the outer face they put to the world to hide the real frightened little boy within. And that's what these predators are. You see people who are anti-war who have horrendous conflicts within themselves and the aggression and what have you. And you think, well, a war is a collective version of that. So if we're going to make a contribution to bringing an end to conflict, then we have to stop having conflict between each other.
Yes.
And that applies to all of us. But again, if you go back from war and you go back down to conflict with other individuals, and then you go through that, you go into self, what's the state of most human beings? We're in a state of inner war with ourselves. The war between intuitive knowing and feeling and the mind that's saying you can't do that, the five-sense mind that filters everything through limitation and I can't, and you must never do that, you can't do that, you've got a mortgage, you've got a dog, you've got a wife, you can't do this, and all this stuff. And so the inner conflict becomes the externally expressed conflict, and collectively it becomes the wars and the mass violence that we see. we need to start with self, because the world is an expression of self. A very simple thing I say in my talks: if we want a world of peace, we need to be peaceful. If we want a world of kindness, we need to be kind. These are real, simple, truisms, but so often, because of the complexity that hides the simplistic genius of truth, we miss it. The complexity, we think, no, the answer can't be that simple, mate. It has to be complex.
Gotta be more
It is
difficult,
that
isn't it?
simple. It is. If we're all kind to each other, then we live in a world of kindness. If we're all loving to each other, we live in a world of love. And if we're all at peace with each other, we live in a world of peace. It's simple as that.